Seimas.
What's the difference with Jimmy and Jim? Are you evil?
This one has a uniform.
Really?
I'm very proud of it. He shopped everywhere for it.
Where'd you find it?
Well, through this there, everywhere.
You're not going to tell about anyone but
Hat
the
store.
good buy?
The good. I'm sorry.
Halloween is coming up.
Halloween is coming up.
Where did you get this great outfit that people could purchase?
Multiple stores, buddy. This is like at East Ridge, and this is at.
You actually put effort into this.
Oh, like 4 different stores. And more's on the way.
Okay.
Would you like to ruin my Halloween outfit? Tell me what else I'll have?
That's pretty terrible.
All right. Perhaps some cane, some dark glasses.
This is actually double coverage. We haven't told you that yet. It's our Week 7 preview edition.
Yes.
Yes.
I will give us a flag for delay of game.
Yeah.
Because we've been stalling. Let's get to the show.
10-yard penalty for a terrible opening.
All right. Yeah.
This week's game's Friday night. Let's get to it. Homecoming, Fresno Christian, the powerhouse.
You know what?
The powerhouse always comes from Fresno.
Yeah.
Except for perhaps maybe this school. They're visiting Watsonville. Why am I dogging on Fresno Christian?
I don't know. I'm going to throw a flag for a horrible game. Because that's what this one's going to be. Right?
Is this a personal foul now?
That one is just a bad schedule, but a winnable game for Watsonville on their homecoming.
Well, you always want to schedule it.
Yes.
You don't want to ruin homecoming with a loss.
A few years ago, poor St. Francis was scheduled in 6 homecomings. Can you believe that? Sorry, Sharks. That was bad. That was when they're 0-10. First time he's heard of this, but it was so sad.
It's a good stat.
So here's your Fresno Christian, 2-5 on the year. The 2 wins against winless teams.
I know one's Woodland Poly. Who's the other one?
Riverdale.
Yeah. The power.
Fresno Christian, just to get you up to date on them, they've allowed 49 or more points 5 times this year. Just so you know, and it's going to be 6.
They're like the anti-Monavista Christian.
They are. Roger Contreras is going to run silly again this week. That's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
First of all, we didn't in the recap show last week. We didn't even mention Roger Contreras.
Let's say Roger ran for 379 yards,
which was another single game Santa Cruz County rushing record. The second time this season that it's been broken. Anthony Cantrell from PV broke it earlier this year. It's so commonplace that we just don't even forget to say it. Apologies to Roger Contreras.
Yes.
I think he is in man-child status if he wasn't already.
He's shorter, though. He's a little man-child.
He was an actual man-child, right?
But he scored a lot. But I want to differentiate. You have to kind of have some size. So he's just a stud.
So we're just going to add rules to your...
No, I do, because really man-children are big guys. Now, I said big guys who score a lot.
Was he more of the child than that?
He's a small guy. He's tough as nails.
He's awesome.
Just want to say that's going to throw some fireworks into that Watsonville PV game.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway, but this game we're liking Watsonville.
I hope so.
Wildcats.
Watsonville, there's enough pressure on you already to win this game.
Yeah, Watsonville.
We haven't supplied enough already. We both like Watsonville, obviously. They're coming off a big win, a big county rushing record win.
Yes.
And it's homecoming. Don't let us down, Wildcats.
Just Wildcats. Keep an eye out in the secondary for wide receiver Brandon McCormick. He has 5 receiving touchdowns. He's their go-to guy. So keep an eye on him. You'll be fine.
That's easily enough time spent on Fresno Christian.
Next game is a big one. Aptos at SoCal.
Huge.
Mammoth.
Last year these two teams met. It was a 65-55, literally a barn burner. Victory for Aptos. The stats, 1,200 yards combined, 62 first downs, 56 points scored in the 4th quarter alone.
We may see more fireworks this year.
We may.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to top that one.
It'll be several years, I imagine.
I actually think there's going to be a well-defensed game. I really do.
Defend? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, can I use it like that?
Sure.
Okay. I think SoCal is playing some pretty good ball on the defensive side.
They are.
Hale and Kiff and all them. And
Kiff.
The same names we say every year, every week.
Elvis Plack.
David Salinas. They're all there. But Aptos plays some defense too. So
a little bit. They're getting better every week.
I like their pass rush, and I like their defensive secondary. I think that...
Mr. Bonsall.
Yeah, both teams run the ball great.
Yes.
But I'm just...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they're known for, obviously. Wing T, double wing.
Yeah, and Aptos threw for a touchdown last week, but I give the passing edge a little bit to SoCal.
Cordoza's a 3-year starter?
Yeah, Alex Joe is a sophomore.
Yep.
For Aptos. He threw a touchdown last week, but he's pretty good.
He's developing very efficient.
Yeah.
For Aptos. Yeah, this is an interesting one.
It's actually mirroring each other. They're so good in a lot of aspects.
First of all, before we start picking who we like.
Okay.
Does this decide?
The league title? I don't know. I think SLV is just waiting out there.
SLV's waiting,
SLV's,
and we'll get them obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now I would position both these teams slightly ahead of SLV. Not to say that SLV couldn't beat either of them.
I agree.
But just on paper, I think they're a little bit better in certain areas.
Until they play each other.
Until they play each other, of course, and SLV wins, and we look like idiots.
Yeah.
But
more so like.
But I mean, this is maybe not deciding, but this will be one of the games that could.
It's huge. There's
huge.
no downplay. We said it's mammoth. It's huge.
It's huge.
Big bad, mamma jamma. This is a game that ends all games for this week. That's what you're saying. And then another big game comes along.
True. Yeah.
So. You want to go first? Because I just want to say,
I
want to go whatever. I want to go whatever you don't, because I feel it's that type of game, and I can argue either way. If you don't hurry, delay of game.
How many flags do you have?
Delay of game. Just go. Choose with your heart, your gut.
I'm going with SoCal.
I'm going with Aptos. No offense, SoCal.
Were you picking Aptos initially?
Remember at the outset of the season, I thought Aptos could be number one, and I know they won this last year. Aptos has won 11 of the past 14 meetings, including the last two.
No, they're
yeah. But I don't know. I mean, seriously, SoCal's going to come out and I want to go opposite of you for once, and I think Aptos can do it. I like Aptos.
I always go with the home team when I have to make a decision like that.
Aptos is a great position. Their band firing up the crowds. They're going to be great tonight. On Friday night.
On Friday night. It's Monday night. Or it's Tuesday night. Yeah. This could be one of those games where I might change my mind later in the week.
All right. So you're going half and half.
I'll go with SoCal for now. I like Hale. I think he'll be a beast about it, I think, like he was last year.
Yeah, you know what? Aptos played without McInerney last week. And still
won.
They're good. They're deep.
They're deep.
All right. So we'll check it out.
Also on Friday night, Haba, as my father might say it with his Boston accent, is visiting St. Francis at Cabrillo College. First of all, did you pay for these as well, or did you make these?
I made those bad boys.
Wow.
There's golf balls in there.
Really?
Yeah, plastic. Anyway.
Okay.
Go Pirates! Big time Pirate fan. Love ya.
I don't know what we're doing with that. But of course, this game's got to be at Cabrillo College at 7:30.
Yeah.
Harbor could win. If they win this game, they'll win consecutive games for the first time since 2008.
I'm on the bandwagon for this week.
I am too.
You are. That sounds unanimous. Why? Because Fonseca is such a steady force. Because they actually play some defense. Because they clock control.
Don't forget St. Francis is shorthanded.
And beat up again. Yeah, shorthanded, beat up again.
Yeah, I don't think Nick Sanders is going to play in this game. I think quarterback Matt Clifton is probably going to be the guy, although that's not official. Don't listen to me. I'm not a doctor. I only play one in real life. And then Jonathan Carmona is back. 2 games he's been back already, but he brings a different little dimension. He only had about 26 yards rushing last week, which doesn't seem outstanding.
Yeah.
But when he does get the ball, you can see that he's
a nice addition.
A little hole away from breaking one.
Yeah.
He's got some ability. Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's not a game changer yet, but he's important for them to get back, for them to start getting some continuity.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Hopefully, it should be a good tight game. But I like Harbor here, like we'd already mentioned.
I like Harbor, yeah, and Fonseca. I mean,
he's creeping on 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's one of the better running backs in the league.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about him too much because, I mean, Harbor isn't in the upper echelon of teams in the league.
No.
But he's definitely but he's definitely one of the guys to keep an eye on going forward in the season. Anything else you want to mention?
I like Harbor.
Haba.
Again, still.
We like Haba.
All right, the Haba.
Go Pirates.
Next up on our slate is a pretty big one also. Scotts Valley hosting SLV in a night game, a rare night game in Falcon Country.
Bell for the Valley.
Yeah, you get to smell those diesel fumes from the portable lights. It's going to be good. All the fans dizzy and passed out on the side of the hill.
Everyone's blinded.
Yeah.
They're like 20 feet off the ground.
You run downfield to take stats and you trip over the blanket on the sideline. I love this game.
All the photographs are just washed out.
But this series has lost nothing. The field.
No, don't do this ever again. Please, just stick to the day games.
Yeah, it looks like a Civil War reenactment because Louis Walters actually went to and coached at SLV. These teams have a big rivalry going.
I was hoping you were going to say he was a Civil War reenactor.
At times he looks like it. Like you just eat leather soup.
Yeah, straw grass in his mouth.
Louis, love you. All right. But I think these are two teams going different directions right now. In this game, Scotts Valley, though they lost last week to Aptos, will be fired up.
Are they really going in different directions, though? They're both kind of moving in the same direction, and Scotts Valley is just kind of... Scotts Valley is just taking a different fork in the road a little bit.
Wow. Penalty for making statements that just are uncool. We're talking about an SLV team that has won.
You've made 4 flags so far. And there may be a fifth.
The flags are not to show SLV winning this one because they're used to winning this year is the show. Yeah. Scotts Valley will give them a hell of a game. They'll defend them well, but I just think that SLV has a little bit too many weapons. For Scotts Valley, it's Oregon, it's Renberg, it's bam, bam, bam all the time with those two guys. SLV can at least pass. Scotts Valley hasn't shown us that this year. 101 yards that one game. That's 101 yards. I know SLV does kind of a similar thing, but with higher percentages.
They showed it.
I like SLV because both teams play defense. But I just think that Scotts Valley's going to have to resort to some sort of trickery here to try and pull this thing out.
Trickery. I mean, they do that every day.
That's what they do, but they're all. That's what started at SLV. The Dirty Dozen by Mercer.
I like SLV as well, but I think I might pick Scotts Valley in this game just because they're too good to be 0-3. I feel like.
I know, but it's just the way the cards are falling this year.
I know, and their schedule was so strong in the off season, or the non-conference, and then it's so strong, it's so front loaded. I mean, after this game, Scotts Valley, they should coast. Yeah. But
we know they played Aptos tough and SoCal tough, but I just like what SLV's done.
I mean, they had a lead. They had an early lead. They've actually had multiple possession leads the last 3 weeks, and they haven't been able to hold them. I don't know.
Good luck. Call it. You're good.
Should I go Scotts Valley?
Well, you did, but I'm going Cougars.
Did I go? Did I already do Scotts Valley? I haven't said that yet.
I'm doing it because I like this team.
I'll go Scotts Valley. I think this is. There's a very famous columnist named Bill Simmons. He would call this a kitchen sink game, where the opposing team is
throw it out the window.
They throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink.
It's a rivalry game. It's going to be crazy.
And I think this might be the game that Scotts Valley cracks through. They've been so close the past couple of weeks against SoCal, against Aptos. I feel like they're just, we talk about with Watsonville, so close to kind of getting over that hump, basically. Right. They finally did it last week, and of course they did it big time. I think this could be the game.
All right.
That's us for this week's edition of Double Coverage for the Santa Cruz Sentinel. I'm Andrew Matheson.
And I'm Jimmy Seimas.
And you can check us out on Twitter.
And?
Facebook.
Yeah.
And
Twitter.
Our blogs.
Airingitout.com.
Airingitout.com. And
online.
And online.
SantaCruzSentinel.com. /
football. And we're officially rambling, so you can stop watching.
Stay classy, Santa Cruz.
And watch Saturday's edition of Double